This story time is not funny, but don't kill me. This story time should be short. It should, y'all, for real. It should be short. Anyway. He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to another story time and welcome to the traffic light. It should be short, for real. This story time is not funny. Not funny. But I was laughing because I was laughing at me saying I was never gonna say it again. This story time should be short. Anyway. So remember, in this story time, the baby shower, and what's the other story time? I think In Love with the Same Man. Yeah, In Love with the Same Man. I was talking about this manager that I had that was pregnant at the same time, and In Love with the Same Man, I had, told her that I had found out I was pregnant and I started bleeding, so I needed to go to the ER, but don't tell nobody. And so that manager. And in the baby shower, I don't know if I mentioned her. I think I had mentioned a different manager, but I did mention her, right? And as I told y'all, while working at Walmart was literally a time. A time was had. We had a good time. We had a good crew. We had a good time. Like it wasn't any major issues besides, yeah, I don't know what was going on with the lady. why she wanted to take over my baby, but we really did have a good time before I was pregnant. Like she was cool. She was a cool lady. I ain't really had no problems. Like, but we really had a good time. We did. We had a good time. But I also noticed some things that there was also people going through some things. And this manager, I'm gonna have to give her a name. Hold on. We don't call her Ava. So my manager Ava, very, very sweet Hispanic lady, beautiful. And she absolutely adored her daughter because at this point in time she only has, one daughter. And she adores her daughter. She comes to work. She's very sweet. Like, one of the favorites. Like I said, most of my managers was top tier. I didn't have an issue with any of the managers except one, and he wasn't there all the time. It was like, you know how companies do like training and they bring managers in to see if they can, manage the store. I guess he was doing like his hours, I guess. I don't know, but he was just there temporarily. Like, you know how they'll have managers come in and managers will work the store or whatever. Absolutely. Nobody liked him. Nobody liked him. The managers that was there, even like our head manager who was there when I first got hired, we liked him. Like everybody was cool except that one manager. And he ended up coming there. He was doing too much. You know those people who, because this is in black and white people, those people who do too much is like you get power and then you forget like where you come from and you feel like you have to overpower people, you try to people any kind of way, you do the absolute most, you doing extra stuff that don't make sense. Like, yeah, people don't like you. And they had literally pulled him to the side and told him, it's like, if it was like one or two people, yeah, we can get it. But the whole crew don't like you. Don't nobody want to work with you. Don't nobody want you around. And he had kind of like started relaxing and trying to be, then he was, trying too hard. Hey, get out my face. He was a black man. Get out my face, sir. Don't yet. You've already messed up your opportunity to prove yourself. Anyway, so Ava, everybody absolutely loved. Ava was a CSM. So Ava, at this point in time, was she pregnant? No. She had already had her baby, just like I had already had mine. Or was this before I found out I was pregnant? No, we were still both pregnant at the same time. Because I was sitting in the passenger seat when I saw this incident. So, Ava, you would notice like when she would come in sometimes that she would have like a black eye. And you could tell like she would try to put like makeup on it. And we'd be like, girl, what happened? And so she was like, oh, I fell, like the same usual type situation. Oh, I fell. Or she would say, girl, allergies. Like, you see this other eye over here? Because she would have like, the dark circles, that's from sleep. Because I have it. That's from not a good sleep schedule. You doing the most. And when you a mom, you working and you trying to balance life, like your sleep schedule sucks. And then you starting to stress when it depends on what's going on in your life. Like All that come into play. Real talk. So she was like, yeah, it's allergies. Like you see, like it's dark over here, and I, y'all know me as I tell y'all, like I'm an a-hole. No, no, I don't see the other side. No, I don't see allergies, and I'm an allergy girl, so no, I don't see that. I just see over here, girl. What happened? What's going on? You okay? Girl, yeah, like I'm fine. Girl, you so funny. You so crazy. Yeah. Because baby, I have dealt with DV too. I have dealt with DV too. So it's like, girl, you okay? Cause I know as females, it's like we do that, but I love him. And that's why y'all hear me say, do he love you? Cause you're gonna have to at some point in your life choose yourself. No matter how good he may feel when he around, when he nice. You gonna have to at some point choose yourself. Real talk. And they don't even have to be domestic violence situation. You just know like this is not working the way that it's going. It's not working. This is not it. This yeah. Remove yourself. When you already know like what it's gonna be, you know the ending. You feel it. You feel it. You feel it. And you be trying to hype yourself up, you trying to boost yourself up with it because you want to be there. But it's like this is not going to end well because it's the same repeated cycle over and over and over. So it's like, yeah, no, like, no, it's this ain't it. This ain't it. No matter how many, I'm sorry, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So I knew what she was going through, and I was like, girl, you don't want to let your daughter see this. Like, this is not something you want your daughter to see and think like, oh, okay, well, that's okay. Like, that's love. Literally just said it. So she just stared at me. So I was like, girl, I've been through this. Because when you look at me, you don't think. Because a lot of times I even had one of my neighbors said that he was like looking at you like you wouldn't think because he watched my YouTube, you wouldn't think like you let somebody touch you or play with you like that. Well, the reason I am like this is because I let somebody touch me and play with me like that. But as a kid, most of my stuff come from nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, as a kid, I couldn't fight back, but I'm gonna fight back now, which is why people be like, "Girl, you so nah." I'm not giving you a chance to play with me. You're not about to play with me. Which is why I said, like the old homeboy was like, "You cut people out so fast, baby. What am I waiting on? Like, what am I waiting on? What am I waiting on? What am I waiting on?" Because he also said that's why you single because you don't want to work through nothing. There's a difference between working through something and playing in my face. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference with, oh, I know she love me, so she gonna forgive me and we gonna work through it while I keep fucking up. Yeah, nah. You can go fuck up somewhere else. You're not about to keep playing with me, especially after I done told you and we done talked about this and this hurt me. You ain't even think about me. Oh no, Pooh. You go about your business. Ain't no love lost. I know what I bring to the table. And that's a lot of females and some males don't realize like what you bring to the table. So you water yourself down because you like that person. So it's like I'm gonna continue to sit here even though I'm unhappy. Even though when I look in the mirror, I don't even see myself no more. I can look at old pictures and be like, damn, that don't even look like me. I look old as hell. I look old as hell now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That life be taking a toll on you, and he ain't even or she ain't even got to touch you because nowadays it's the females that's beating on dudes, and y'all feel like y'all can't do nothing. Y'all ain't got no help because when y'all go to like officers or whatever, and they be laughing, or y'all ain't going to the police. What I look like? Somebody who getting beat the fuck up? Go to the police. Like what? Huh? Because she sure won't waste no time. Shout out to the White House was like, yeah, you telling my business? Divorce. Ooh, it ain't funny. That man told you exactly who he was. Girl. Anyway. So yeah, she looked at me like, and I was like, girl, I done been through this. Like, why are you taking it? Because you love him? Now, mind you, her husband, I think he was her husband. Yes. Her husband was African American. So I was like, girl, I done been through this. Why are you taking this? Like, what's the problem? I'm trying to understand. Help me out. Help me out. And so she was like, no, like, he going through a hard time. Oh, so he going through a hard time, so that means he could just hit you? Don't make sense. Oh, yeah, he had came home and I hadn't cooked, so was he home? Like, did you get off work and went home? And you pregnant? I'm a little confused here. He's slapping you while you pregnant? Like, he beating you up while you pregnant? I said, so not only you showing your oldest daughter, your daughter that's here, what not love is, the baby ain't even here yet. And I said that baby can feel every emotion that you're going through. She can hear all that tension and stuff that's coming out of his voice. She can hear you crying. She can feel all of that. That's what we doing? You don't understand. You right. I don't. And I walked away because at this point, I'm not going to beat you up any more than what you already getting beat up. But I'm not going to beat you up for you to love yourself. I'm going to say what I got to say and walk off, and I'm done with it. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, back and forward. For you to love yourself, I'm not doing it. We can talk about it. And before you ask me, I tell people quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't ask me if you don't want to hear the truth, because I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat you and pour sugar all over and make it sweet. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. From jump. You look crazy. And because you allow it, you're going to continue to do it. So anyway, because I told y'all this was short. Anyway, so she had been, like, she was sitting in the break room another instance, another time. She was sitting in the break room. You sitting in the break room and you crying. Now, I'm sitting there during this time because I had done figured out, I told y'all, like, I be monitoring, I be watching stuff, I be looking, and I be doing stuff basically for me. And it's like, at this point in time, if I go in the break room this time, ain't nobody in here. So when I come in here, you in here, you sitting here crying. I'm not going to ask you nothing because I already told you I was through with it. So you sitting at one table, and I was like, I'm not even going over there. I'm going to sit over here and go be on my phone. And I'm sitting at another. And you over there. That's literally what I'm doing in my phone. No, I'm not asking you nothing because I had already told you, you know what you need to do. You need to get the hell on. You need to get the hell on. That man is hitting you while you're pregnant. You need to get the hell on. Anyway. So she said, oh, hey, Angel, I didn't know you was here. Girl, you knew I was here because the door made noise when I walk in, but you knew I was here, and I was like, hey, girl. And so she was like, pregnancy. And I was like, girl, that has nothing to do with pregnancy, but whatever you want to tell yourself to make yourself feel better. Don't get me wrong. I know women be emotional when they're pregnant, but baby, that has nothing to do with pregnancy. Why? Because here you are with another black eye. So I asked you, how's your daughter? Oh, she's good. She's good. I was like, oh, okay. Can I talk to you for a minute? And I felt like a lot of times my boss be like, Angel, like, girl, nah, what you need to talk to me for? Because I'm telling y'all, like, don't ask. I was like, about what? So she was like, I just need to vent. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing with you. I know it's fine, it's fine. And I told y'all, like, a lot of people, even when they married, will come to me because I tell the truth, because I don't sugarcoat it. Like, I'm not gonna give you this sugar on top to make it sweet. I'm gonna tell you what it is. What I see from the outside looking in, I'm gonna tell you what it is. And 9 times out of 10, usually 10 times out of 10, I'm right. But anyway, so yeah, so I was like, what's up? And so she was like, I feel like my husband sexually assaulted me, but I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Girl, what you talking about? So like last night when I was laying down and I'm just really tired. I'm just really so tired. I'm just really tired, like the baby, and then I'm working because she was still working. And she had, made plans that once she had got in her ninth month, like in the beginning of her ninth month, at the end, she was gonna, basically take like FMLA or something like that. But she was working. She was like, I'm gonna work as long as I have because I need the money. Not knocking it because I was working. I was mad that I was on, part time and then partial bed rest and etc. Because baby, I don't play about my money either because people switch up on you. They do. So anyway, so yeah, so I was like, "Girl, what we talking about?" And so she was like, I was just very tired. And he was upset, he wanted to do something. And I was like, I'm tired and I don't really feel like it. Like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. And I was like, he hit you. She was like, yeah. And then so I was just like, take it. I said, and so she was like, I don't, is that? And I was like, girl, listen. And I was like, did you even enjoy yourself? Did you enjoy the moment? Like, you didn't even want to be there. You didn't even want it. You didn't even want it. I said the simple fact that he has to hit you in order for you to agree to be intimate with him is a problem. You're not even getting, there's no waterfalls going. When there's no waterfalls going, sweet, you don't like him. I keep telling y'all, women are mental when it comes down to that. So what you do to stimulate them mentally turns them on intimately. The showing up, you know what I'm saying? The trying to figure out what works and what don't work. Working through stuff, like if y'all want to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like that works. How you talk to them when they having fun, like when you not subbing, like all of that come into place. I said, so girl, like he hitting you to be intimate because you're not attracted to him. You're not attracted to him because he's hitting you. He's calling her fat because she's pregnant. When you gonna get back to your normal size? My baby daddy said that after I had my kid. He did. When you gonna get back to your normal size? When you lose your titties? Cause who you talking to? Cause you didn't have a baby, but you around here with titties. Yeah, cause who you talking to? And that's a lot of time I don't even have to do cause who you talking to? Because y'all have been taught and trained that's how you supposed to love. Let me belittle you. So you will be everything to me. No, that's not how that work, boo. We supposed to uplift each other. Intimate is supposed to be for both of us. And if you ain't feeling it and you don't want to be around me and you feel like you got to dog me out or you got to hit me and you got to smack me around, baby, we don't need to be together. We need to go our separate ways. Baby, no. I said, and I can't really say it was assault because you was like, you told him to take it. She was like, well, I really didn't tell him to take it. Like, I just laid there. Oh, well, yeah, that's assault. You didn't agree. You told him like I don't want to. I'm not in the mood, and he just bent you over and took it. Yeah, that's assault. That's assault. So she was like, I just don't know what to do. Girl, leave. Mind you, your family is not in the same state, so you pretty much by yourself. But your family is saying, come home. Your family is telling you to get away from him. Your family is telling you to leave him. We got you. Just come home. Because up here, of course, that's what abusers do. Get you by yourself. They take you away from your family. Make sure you don't have no friends of your own. They want you to be in their vicinity. You have my friends is your friends. You always around me because that way nobody can convince you like, boy, girl, like you in some ish. Are you happy? Blink twice. Right. So I was like, she was like, I don't know, like my family is telling me. I said, girl, if your family is telling you to come back and they welcome you with open arms, get the on. And so she was like, well, he's telling me nobody will want me. I said, girl, what? Listen, I said the only reason he's telling you that is because he wants you to stay there so he can continue to abuse you. He's insecure. He's an abuser. Leave him alone. Like, girl, you can start over. Somebody will love you and love your kids. You ain't got to take it. I don't know. I was like, I know, and I'm not gonna front. It take you a while to leave. It take you a while to get up and go. It do. It take you a while. It take you a while to leave. Because you replay stuff over and over. And then especially if they are very aggressive and they telling you if I can't have you, nobody else can, or you think you can leave. You think like they go above and beyond to convince you like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever. It take you a while to leave. It do. It take you a while to leave. But still, go. Make plans. Do little things to get going. And I ain't talking about the next town. I'm talking about a couple of states. Because a lot of times where they are that's where they feel confident. Because it's like, oh, I know people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you by yourself, they know people. His people here, your people not. Your people telling you to come home where your support system is. Your people got your back. As I tell people, you got a family who supports you, baby, please believe. Your family not telling you nothing that's gonna hurt you. They see stuff that you don't see because you in love. Like you blinded. No, they love me. No. You blinded. Your family see ish that you don't see. They ain't hating on you. They ain't trying to break you because you just mad because you ain't got nobody. Girl, you should be mad that you got that somebody. Boy. Because it's females too these days. So anyway, I was like, girl, go to your family. So after that conversation, I would say like a week or two later, she getting ready because she was like, girl, I'm getting ready to have the baby. I'm getting ready to go on FMLA, so I'm not going to see you. And I was like, oh, well, I hope you have a great, delivery. And this was before I left. So I'm in the car. I don't even know where we was going. Child probably was going to the church, child. I don't know. But I know I'm in the passenger seat. And if I'm not mistaken, it was either Busy Bee or Olivia was driving. Probably was Busy Bee. Because at this point in time, I really don't think I'm really talking to Olivia like that. So it probably was Busy Bee. Or it might have been Keish. I don't know. I don't know who was in the car. I don't even remember who was driving. I know we was at the traffic light. And I remember looking in her rearview mirror because I can see her in the rearview mirror. And she was crying. She was sitting in the passenger seat and she was crying. And I had never seen her husband before, ever. Right? I had just seen her daughter. She had came and introduced her daughter. Her daughter was absolutely beautiful. I had never seen the husband. And so I saw her and she was sitting in the passenger seat and was crying. And so I looked over because like y'all, when you sitting at the red light, you can see what's going on in people's car. You can tell like when they're jamming the music, they having a good time, when they just sitting there. And then nowadays, when y'all calling people over the car, if that is loud, like you can hear the dialing, you can hear them hello, you can hear the conversation, you can hear all that stuff. You can see what's going on, especially if they fishbowling. Well, at this point in time, they weren't fishbowling, the windows was down. And they might have been fishbowling. But it wasn't no big the time fancy car type situation either. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, so shit, like I'm looking because I was like, that's Ava. Like in my head, I'm not saying nothing. I'm saying like, that's Ava. And so and I can tell, and stuff is running down your face and you crying. And I look over at him and you, like you just barking. And they at the red light. Barking. She crying. Barking. So basically she still had on her vest from Walmart. So you went and picked her up from work. And the time she in the car, you barking? You talking to her in any kind of way? You barking every time she get in the car? She just got off work. So the next day, she hadn't left yet. The next day, I saw her. I said, I saw you at the traffic light. She said, you saw me at the traffic light? She's like, why you didn't speak? I said, I was behind you. She's like, what traffic light? I said, the one you was crying at. I said, Ava, After I say this, I'm not gonna say anything else because that's your business. And I was like, you deserve happiness too. Love don't hurt. Love does not hurt. You know that this is not what it is. And I said, and girl, he ain't cute. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. He was not what I expected. He was not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. It was like, girl, what? So anyway, I was like, girl, Abba, this baby is not here. You really want to subject this baby to this? He's abusive. And once it escalates, he's going to hit those girls. He won't hit my babies. Abba, you didn't think he was going to hit you. I say, if your family is telling you to come home, go home. That doesn't mean you're a failure. Starting over, it doesn't mean failure. Starting over doesn't mean failure. Stop being afraid to start over. Baby, I can tell you how many times I done start over, and I'm so glad for it. Y'all gotta flip that. Stop feeling like, oh, if this didn't work out or this didn't happen, I failed. No, that time is up. Let it go. Let it be. It wasn't supposed to be. This ain't for me. All right, let it be. Let it be. So she was like, "You right. You right. You right." So I didn't see Ava anymore because Ava went on FMLA. I ended up moving. Years later, Ava finds me on Facebook. Ava had moved back with her family. She had left and divorced her husband, who was beating on her, got remarried, and is living happily ever after. So again, starting over doesn't mean failure. If it's not working for you, I don't care how long you've been with them people. I don't care how long you know the person. It doesn't have to be intimate relationship. It can be friendship. It can be family. When it's toxic, it's toxic. And you have to know your limits. You have to know what it is. And I wish you well. Even when it came down to my kid, me and my kid, I wish you well, son. I love you, but I wish you well. I wish you well. Because that cycle is toxic. I wish you well, love. So when I'm telling y'all my story times, I ain't be telling y'all stuff most of the time. I'm talking to me too, some refreshing some stuff. Like when I'm telling you stuff, I'm telling you stuff that I follow myself. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see you in the next one. Starting over is not a failure. Bye.